Welcome to Enoch File. I'm Dave, and in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how to set up your digital file cabinet so you can stop searching and start finding. Let's jump right in. After checkout, you'll see a page with a link. The address is pretty simple, enochfile.com, but we recommend you bookmark it so you can always find your way back here. One note before we get started. While Enoch File will work on your phone, it will obviously look different on a smaller screen. So the screenshots you're going to see today won't match. I personally prefer the wide horizontal aspect ratio of a laptop. I like to see the big picture. But you do you. Phones work fine. Click on the link and use your Google credentials to log in. Why Google? Because your documents are going to be stored on your Google Drive for safekeeping. The first thing you're going to see is the welcome screen. Whether you're a free customer or a premium customer, welcome to Enoch File. I'm glad you're here. Click the Start button and we'll move into the onboarding process. The first step is to choose the drawers you want on your filing cabinet. So the 14 drawers you'll see on your screen, banking, health, family, all of them are just suggestions. But if you don't like them, don't worry about it. You can create your own drawers or you can rename these. Paid users pick all or any of the 14 folders and drawers that you want. I'm not in school and I no longer do much traveling, so I'm going to leave those out and click the button at the bottom. This will take us to the quick tips page. Out of all of these, I'm going to point out the utility menu as one of the most important. Our special features and added functionality are accessed via the utility menu. The other important button I want to call to your attention is the cabinet switcher. You'll start off with a main cabinet, but once you create more cabinets, you'll use this pull-down menu to switch between them. Click on Create My File Cabinet and give the system a second while it generates your drawers. There, now you have a brand new digital file cabinet. In my case, as you can see, it has 12 drawers, all empty. We'll start filling them up in a moment. Remember, I said you can change the name on any of your drawers? Well, my hobby is beekeeping. So I'm going to click the pencil, edit the name of hobbies, and change it to beekeeping. I'm also going to add a drawer. While I could put taxes under banking and financial, I know I will need more space for taxes, so I'm creating a drawer just for them. And because the drawers are sorted alphabetically, it jumps down here to the bottom. When you create a drawer, it has the generic folder icon. Click that tiny pencil next to the emoji, and you can select your own icon for that drawer. Some of you phone users may not be able to do this. It depends on variables like the size of your screen and your operating system. Let's see, I'm going to pick the money flying away emoji because that's what happens when you pay the tax man. Phew, it's gone. One click and the drawer is updated. I'm also going to give my beekeeping drawer a bee instead of that ball of yarn and knitting needles. There, seeing that little bee makes me happy. I want you to pick the icons that make you happy. This customization is available to both free and paid users, but the next feature is premium only, creating a new cabinet. My new cabinet is going to be named Retirement. If you have a 401k, a 403b, an IRA, or other retirement saving plans, you're probably getting statements and other documents and reports regularly. These may not be very important right now, but they will be one day, so you want to hang on to them. That's a perfect job for Enoch File. I'm going to create some drawers that align with our retirements and investments. Now, look, I'm not saying you have to create the same drawers. I just want you to understand that you can create a cabinet for any group of documents. Let's say, for example, that you have kids who are in youth hockey, basketball, soccer, karate, and dance, all at different times of the year. You can create a cabinet just for sports. Then each kid or each sport can have its own drawer. Inside that drawer, each year can have its own folder. So our youth soccer drawer has a folder for soccer 24, 25, 26, and then next year you'll add soccer 27. That will keep you organized as your kid moves from the small field to the big one and the coaches and players change over the years. Let's go back to banking and financial in our main cabinet, and I'll show you how to create folders and how to import documents into them. Once you are in the drawer, click the New Folder button to create a new folder. Ha! Never would have figured that out if I hadn't told you, huh? Then give the folder a name. I'm going to create a checking account and a Visa bill account. In fact, I'll do one for this year and one for last year in the Visa. I like that idea, so I'll do it for checking too. This is a good example of how you rename a folder by clicking on the pencil icon. It'll rename drawers the same way by clicking on the pencil icon. Now I'm going to show you two common ways to import documents, and these should come as no surprise to anybody with any computer experience. First, click the Add or Drag Files button and select the files you want to upload to Enoch File. This is a very standard interface. You'll note that the files do not leave your hard drive. They just get copied to Enoch File for safe, secure storage in the cloud. Let's do this for checking and for savings. There. Now, for the credit card bill, we're going to drag and drop, which is the other common method. Just select the files you want to move from another window, drag them into Enoch File, and drop them on that big landing page. You'll note that in both cases, a progress bar shows you how long the import takes. It's pretty fast, but if you were dragging 25 images that were 7 or 8 megabytes each, it would take longer. It depends on your internet service provider's upload speed, which is often only a fraction of their download speed. Now that I have some documents in these folders, I'm thinking that I really don't need last year's Visa statements hanging around, but I'm hesitant just to trash them. Instead, I'm going to send that whole folder to the archive where they'll be waiting if I ever need them, but they won't be cluttering up my banking and financing drawer. Oh, this video is already running longer than I wanted, so I'm going to quickly show you a few tips before we wrap up. All right, right now you're seeing a grid of documents in the drawer or folder. This can be as many as you want, but honestly, you start getting over a couple hundred and it's very clumsy. That's the case in anything. I recommend more folders. When you're looking at the grid of documents in a drawer folder, you can click on the little floppy disk icon to download the file to your hard drive. If you download more files, it'll just take a little longer, and in some cases, because of the size, you'll get a zipped folder instead of individual files. To move documents from one folder or one drawer to another, you click on the little truck icon, and then you select where you want your document to go. Copy works the same way, but it leaves a copy of the file in your current folder and puts a duplicate somewhere else, wherever you select. Premium customers can email a file to someone. This works great from your phone. For example, if your kid forgot to turn in a permission slip with a couple of clicks, you can email it straight from Enoch File to their teacher. If you want to share a document, say a bank statement or a home repair estimate, with your spouse or anybody else, use the telescope icon. This lets them see the document while it's in your Enoch File, but they can't change or delete it. And you can withdraw permission whenever you want, but that's a whole nother video. And then we have archive, which I showed you before, and the wastebasket. I only delete mistakes, errors, and duplicates. I don't delete old files. I archive them so they're out of the way, but not gone for good. And finally, and this is a big one, to view your file, click the file name. It will open most types of files. You can rename, move, copy, tag, and archive images from here too, just like you could for the form list. And we also allow you to do most of these actions in bulk. Click the little checkbox on the left of each file or select them all, and you can then move, copy, archive, delete all of them just with one click. Well, that about wraps up the getting started video. There's a bunch more stuff I'd love to share with you, including how to get the most out of searching and how to email forward documents to your Enoch File. But we'll save those for another video. If you have a problem and you need help right now, visit our knowledge base at the support page in the description. You can also chat with one of our staff members from the support page. or send us an email and we'll get back to you. If you found this video useful, please do me a big favor and like it. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe and we'll bring you more videos, not just on how to use the Enoch File, but on how to organize your digital files to better organize your life. Again, I'm Dave, founder of Enoch File. Thank you for watching and thank you for being our customer. If you're not a customer, you can sign up today at enochworx.com. That's with an X. See the link below. And feel free to leave us any questions or comments below also. And remember, when you can't find an important document, ask Enoch, because Enoch knows.